Romeo Lavia is about to move to a top Premier League club, with clubs such as Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea and Manchester United recently showing interest. I'm going to provide you with an in-depth analysis of his game, good and bad, and from this you'll be able to see where he is with his development. So let's take Lavia's core role, and that is the one of a defensive midfielder. I'll give you a bit of time to absorb this graphic, but this is Lavia against some of the top midfielders right now, or ones that have just moved club. These are the defensive stats for last season in the Premier League games only. Overall, Declan Rice is showing on the Opta stats as being the best defensively, although Casemiro has a shout in this area. Where Lavia comes out on top is in his possession loss stats, losing less per 90 minutes than his peers. His successful tackles per 90 isn't too bad for his age, only falling behind Mount, but Mount is less of a defensive-minded midfielder. Let's take a look at some of his defensive play. In terms of tackles, a major problem that I see is that he has to make up a lot of ground up before the challenge. He generally chooses not to mark too tight, and this can expose him into making desperate lunges to give away free kicks. He can look desperate in the tackle, which does mean that when it comes off it looks fantastic, but when it doesn't, he really looks off the pace. Here we have Lavia close to the opposition player, but he doesn't have the strength or acceleration to actually challenge him. You don't see him jockeying the player very often, preferring to harry the player from all angles. When he does challenge with momentum though, he generally wins the ball. Both of the last two clips show that he times his tackle well when he is already on the move in the right direction and not too far away from the player. One major difference between him and the quality Premier League midfielder is that his counterparts will generally be looking around before they receive the ball, assessing where the players are, where they need to lay it off to, how much time they've got. Whereas Lavia does seem a little bit tunnel visioned at times. He can also get muscled off the ball, and this clip shows Mitoma taking the ball off him with ease, and two more examples follow this one. Looking at his passing against his peers, this is where he falls down, performing the worst out of the five. His chance creation is low, and we will see that shortly from now to the end of the highlights. Progressive passes is also behind the curve of the other four players I measured him against. But we do need to bear in mind in all of this analysis that he is only 19 and he's got a way to grow yet. But for those fans that are looking for the finished article, this complete analysis should give a true position. One thing a new coach will have to work on is his passing choice, without a doubt. Quite often looking for that Hollywood ball rather than play it simple. I think he fancies himself as a bit of a deep line playmaker, but that's only going to come in time. He needs to learn to progress the ball forward effectively, and like his decision making in the tackle, needs to be more aware of his surroundings. He does seem to get a lot of the time on the ball in midfield when receiving it, and further passing training will enable his pass completion rate to be improved and also his value to the team at the same time. In this clip we see him with three players ahead of him, two of them are shouting for the ball, but his choice is to go long and the ball gets cut out easily. In terms of shooting, he does like his long-range efforts, deciding early that he's going to hit it. But with only one goal last season, he can improve in that area compared to the amount of chances he gets from long range. Again, I'm afraid it's aligned to the decision-making in all areas of his game. He needs to assess the situation better, as most of the shots get blocked by multiple bodies in front of him. Okay, so it feels as though I've criticised him quite a lot, so here are some of his best bits. So in conclusion, is Lavia a top Premier League midfielder? No, not yet. But with a good coaching team working on his awareness and composure, those two areas are key for me, he could be a regular in any top team, but probably not ready to be a regular this season, again in my opinion. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe. It really helps a lot, and I will see you next time.